All right, all right. Let's go ahead and welcome Brother Panic. Peace and greetings, Brother Panic. I guess he's not listening. Let me see if we can get him back on the line.
Yeah, I'm here. I was listening to the song and shit. I forgot y'all was ahead of me. This is Brother Jay.
Peace, Brother Panic. Good to have you in the house, live in the remix, of course. We're going to be chatting and chilling here tonight. I definitely want to say it's good to have you in the house with us tonight. Everybody is here, ready to go, ready to get things kicked off. I know you wanted to talk a little bit about some things you got going on and kind of what's happening now.
Good to be back with the remix family in this year, this fake new year. And, you know, we're going to do it like we did last fake year, last fake new year. Same old thing, information. And if anybody's confused about what it is we do here, when Brother Panic's on, we deal with methodology, shit that you can do to realize your own consciousness. We're keeping it like that. There is also no goddamn rules or restrictions here. And there's no my way or the highway. There's no right over wrong. Anything you do, it's fine as long as you get to your goal, which is to find something that previously was uncovered within your subconscious or your own ignorance. So any way you get there is to get there, but you will hear grief if you're doing some dumb shit that does nothing that makes you feel good. And I've been saying this for quite some time now, and it has finally made its way to YouTube in an illustrated form of the shit that I've been talking about. There is a YouTube video. The new trend in YouTube is shit such and such would say. You know, shit babies' mamas would say. Shit that this and that would say. And they have one called shit conscious black people would say and do. Yes. Now, when I tell you this is the total illustration of the shit I've been telling you for 3 fucking years. Now, it's called, what I'm going to do is put the link in the room. I suggest you not watch it now if you want to hear this show, but you eventually just get it up and get ready. Real funny, I just put the link in the room. A couple of people seen it already and it's going around already. What's so funny about it? In fact, every single thing the woman makes fun of in the video is absolutely correct, and it will work. But the difference is, as I've been telling you before, being conscious has nothing to do with social behavior. And what she did was clown social behavior, not consciousness itself, because I haven't looked at the girl's other videos, but I'm told she's a conscious person. So to make light of it, even to make light of what she was making light of, you have to know that shit. Get what I'm saying? But what she was making fun of was the behavior of you get when you kind of, I've been clowning this shit for the longest. I've been the only one doing it. Now you see an illustrated form of exactly what I'm talking about. This overachieving bullshit of I'm deep when it's unnecessary. Again, everything she said was absolutely right, and you're supposed to do it. But you don't have to create this persona in which to accomplish these goals. And we talking about that Hotep and Peace Queens and all the rest of that kind of shit, and all of this fronting with this social goddamn attitude, thinking that you have done something conscious because your attitude has changed and nothing in you has really changed. So I think, as funny as that was supposed to be, I think it's very important and illustrates some of the things I was talking. So again, on the remix, when I'm around, we're interested, and I even when I'm not around, because I've heard shows that Blues had without me. And all this shit is about things you can actually do to really have true realization, especially in this time. At the end of this, no matter how you slice what it is you're calling this 2012 thing, we are all clear on one thing. Changes are coming. And changes are coming and dictated. It's been coming now. That's what the conscious thing was. Right. You know what I'm saying? From the age of Pisces, we went into the age of information, or the age is called the age of Aquarius is the age of knowing. All things that were ignorant and covered get washed away. That's the man with the picture, washing it away. And that in mythology. They also say that in Yoruba, in the Orisha or the Yoruba mythology, that Olokun rises from that ocean and washes all that ignorance and bad intentions away, meaning the subconscious mind or what was hidden now becomes prevalent. You get what I'm saying? And washes what you call this ignorance away. So there's always been this debate that the earth will still stand. We just go into a new age, a new form of enlightenment. Really, to me, so what? If we do that, you still need to be prepared for that. It just doesn't happen automatically. It is you moving toward it. If that happens, that's a process of moving towards that. How do you know? Because they told you this story in mythological form that later became folklore in the Bible, which was the story of Moses. The people who were trying to make the golden calf it was the age of Taurus. The people who Moses, who stood on the mountain with the new laws of the new age of Aries. That's why they would blow the ram's horn. He was telling you, stay in this age mentality, you will die if you don't go to the new. If you don't go into a new thought pattern of what's to come. So you say, well, damn, that would be 99.9% of niggas. Not really, because even church niggas, once you get past Jesus is coming and Jesus is going to save me, they still are set up for something better to happen. You get what I'm saying? For a brighter day. So if all things that were in ignorance or uncovered start to come to light, that because they lined themselves up with a new and brighter day, all they just need is the information and understanding of what it is that represents that brighter day. They just if they would have the problem if they holding on to Jesus as that brighter day in this in this age of knowing. You get what I'm saying? Now the ones who know now that we call conscious are just the adepts among us. The other ones are just waiting for that evolution to come based upon the cosmic change. We are the ones down here who initiated that evolution based upon our conscious work. You get what I'm saying? Again, and as I pointed out, see, that conscious work was only left to a few of us because most of us became conscious socialites. You get what I'm saying? And that's why I brought up this little video because it has showed us how foolish you can get. First and foremost, conscious thinking, true conscious thinking, no one's supposed to know what the fuck is going to happen next because you are creating something new. So the fact that someone can dictate and mimic you, that shows you how far down the ladder your ass became. And niggas you can mimic some shit I'm saying, but you'll never know what I'm doing next. Because, you know, people like to hit me with my own quotes, which I don't even remember half the time. I don't know. I said that shit? I don't know. Because it's stuck on trying to lock me into something, which I know is a part of the thinking process. If we're trying to get this, information. But we got to understand something. Let me be clear on this. I hope everything I say today is contradicted by tomorrow. So all of these debates and, well, Panic said that, but he means that. You failed. You will never catch me in that world because I hope I contradict myself while you're looking for, and nobody really does, but if you're looking for contradictions, I hope you find them. That means I've changed. That means I've changed my thought. I hope everything I say today has failed by tomorrow, and I have to come up with a new philosophy. That means things are moving. So when we try to lock ourselves into something, which the only thing we really can do, see, when people aren't, see, that's why I was so adamant about giving people message of contacting spirits to get information, going within selves, come to these realizations that all the ancient things that they're talking about, how it's done, for the reason that you will feel the progress. Because if you don't feel progress, you have to start changing the outside. So then you wear more earrings. You wear more necklaces, more rings. You dress a little bit more space age. Your hair wrap went from 7 inches to 25 inches. You do things on the outside to make you feel like the progress is being made for the lack of progress that's really being made on the inside.
Yeah.
Most of the
Right.
people that does so much inner work, they look the same, dress the same, and most eat the same.
So true.
You get what I'm saying?
That's
because
right.
all of that stuff has nothing to do with true progress. You get what I'm saying? The true progress you need to make. There's nothing wrong with socially changing your look to match what's happening on the inside. But that thing has gone crazy now. Now it is the shared definition of consciousness by the outside. When the outside was supposed to reflect what's going on inside, now you have a bunch of nothing going on the inside, but a whole lot of fireworks on the outside. Right, a whole lot of fireworks going on in the outside. So one of the things I was adamant about is how do you turn whatever it is you're doing to the inward side. See, that's why you don't have to agree with me. You don't have to agree that Baphomet's the shit. I don't give a fuck what you do. But what I do talk about primarily is how to do whatever you do for self-realization. So, see, I want to say this shit because when someone joins us on the remix in March telling me this is the first time they heard this shit, you get to go back and understand what it is you're about to get into, at least with me. Right. You get what I'm saying? But like I said, what I'm saying is not far from what most messengers who bring you this information say anyway. If they don't say it outright, they believe that the intention is clear. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. The intention is clear. But the difference between me and a lot of people who talk to you is I play in bullshit, shits and giggles and tickle titties on Facebook with you all day. Nobody does that. You get what I'm saying? Not a lot of teachers do that. They're on Facebook and they give you peace and blessing, but I share and bullshit and giggle and do funny pictures. Meaning, I know you niggas. You get what I'm saying? Right. I don't play above thee. I know you niggas. So what I speak on is because I know you. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm one of you. I put myself in the same position. And I could do that too. Act like I am holier than thou. Just say a hotep to you and a peace, beloved, and keep it like that. But I play and giggle and send funny pictures and reply to everything. The idea is because I want to understand who it is I'm talking to. So when I'm saying it from understanding, not from a place of judging. You get what I'm saying? Understanding. And even if I was judging, I still am in the position to judge because I still offer solutions. You get what I'm saying? Right. I don't just judge you and don't offer you no solution. Oh, the black people ain't this, the black people ain't that. We offer solutions here. So when you fuck with me, you fucking with solutions. You get what I'm saying? You fucking with potential solutions. And I'll do you one better. If you don't find any solutions, no harm, no foul. There's no charge for this. You get what I'm saying? Right. You get to move on to whatever doctrine you was. So the idea here is that inner work. We about that, especially in this upcoming year. Now, you may say, what is this upcoming year? Because no matter how many they read on it, I'm still getting asked. What I can tell you is as many documentaries, as many shits that I've seen, nobody actually knows what the fuck is happening. That's the real story. The only one thing you can count on, is that the change that is coming, either one or two things are going to happen. The most extreme I have seen in this is the predictions that the world cleansing itself means the planet Earth itself will be gone. Yeah. And it will emerge on the let me be more detailed. Mm-hmm. There is a black hole in the middle of our gateway, Milky Way. This is called by the Mayans the Zabulba, not the Zabulba Gateway, but the Zabulba Gap. This is a known thing. If you remember in Star Wars, George Lucas, he had a character named Zabulba. He was doing the pod races with Anakin. Zabulba is basically, now, when this was said, this couldn't be confirmed at the time, but it is now confirmed there is a black hole in our Milky Way. They call it the Great Mother's Vagina. Now, for the first time in every 13,000 years, they said there are lineups. And after these 13,000 years, there are major changes. So there were dinosaurs. They told you there was a meteor that hit them, but they said no. There's occultists that said no, it was one of those shifts. Then they said there was woolly mammoths and snaggle-toothed tigers. 13,000 years, one of those shifts, they're all extinct. Now, the difference is this is probably one of the most strongest lineups, this particular cycle, which comes to the 2012. And all the planets, including the sun, lines up with this black hole.